Hello, Facebook Live. It's Saturday, April 29th, 2017, almost the end of the fourth month of the year, one-third of the way through the year. Hopefully, you're one-third of the way towards your goals for the year or already smashed your goals for the year. Either way, today's video is all about knowing your numbers. And I've spoken about this before, and I talk about it a lot. But I have something to share. I took on a number of new clients this week, and I just had several new client intake planning calls back to back. And pretty much the number one thing I need to know to get started and hope somebody to reach their goals is to know where they are now and where they want to go. And that means the dreaded term numbers. For entrepreneurs, maybe you're great at math, maybe you weren't. I, was good on the math scores like the SAT. I got a 99th percentile and all this. I basically had some, what do they call it? Supposed to be good at math, but I never liked it at all. And that's typical for entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs are in love with vision and goals and big picture and overseeing things and starting things and ideas. And that's pretty much the strength of entrepreneurs and where you really should be. But the reason to know your numbers, to tell you right away, pretty much the biggest difference I've seen in over 40 years of running my own businesses and helping other small business owners, the biggest difference I've seen between small businesses and big businesses, the big corporations, Fortune 500 and all of that, is right here. It's the numbers. It's analytics and numbers and graphs and charts and measuring everything. We make fun, entrepreneurs, we make fun of big companies that hire lots of MBAs. Kids that come right out of school and know nothing about the real world and nothing about entrepreneurialism or building businesses. But one thing they do know for sure, hey, Larry, great seeing you, man. It was great seeing you in person a few days ago at Icon in Phoenix. And but the big companies, because of all these MBAs and big fancy computer programs and whatever, they analyze and measure every single thing, all the numbers. We're small business owners, if you ask me, we can't stand to live in that world. But however, here are two big reasons I'm going to share with you today. See if I can get on the screen. Two big reasons to know your numbers. Number one, it's the difference between running a business and having a hobby. Okay, that's number one, because hobbies are not all about measuring and analytics. I don't know what your hobbies are. I like reading. When I'm reading books, at the end of the day, I really enjoy the fact that I learned a lot, or if it was a novel, I had some fun and enjoyment, but I don't sit there and start making charts and Excel spreadsheets about how many pages I read and how many words per minute I read. I got something popping up on my screen. Hopefully I didn't disappear. Here I am. Ami, great seeing you. Yes, we are. Ami says we are weird and different, and we absolutely are. Evidence, I submit Exhibit A is my bizarre, ridiculous red Hawaiian shirt that I like to wear every day, and I don't like to shave, and all kinds of other weird, ridiculous things about me, and hopefully about everybody else who's an entrepreneur, because we love that kind of stuff. But so number one, your hobbies. So whether it's reading, you're not counting the pages per minute you read, and even I like watching movies. I don't sit there and track how many minutes long was that movie, and I don't make charts of which actor was in which movie and how many lines they had, and how many scenes there were, and how many cars crashed in that chase scene. No, but if that was my business, if my business was producing movies, you better believe I know all of that down to the second. I'd know how many seconds were in every single scene and this and that, of course. But another one of my hobbies, this is one where they actually try and practically force you to keep score, which is playing golf. I love playing golf. No way I'm keeping score playing golf. That's my hobby. I don't keep score. You can't fool me by handing me a scorecard or telling me on every single hole there's a little sign that says par 4, par 3, par 5, meaning that's the number of shots an excellent golfer is supposed to score on that hole, because first of all, that has nothing to do with me. I don't care what the par is. That's not what I'm supposed to score on the hole, and I don't keep score. And I play in a lot of charity tournaments, and I always tell whoever's with me or someone on the team, you better be counting my shots, or I prefer one of these where everyone hits the same shot, and whoever has the best, hits the best shot from there wins, or whoever can sink the putt from that spot, that's what counts and whatever. So because I'm not keeping score, it's my hobby. Okay, so if maybe you've been running your business that way and you really enjoy the fact you're your own boss and nobody can tell you what to do, and so I don't got to keep track of things and I don't got to know the numbers. I'm a touchy-feely person, or I'm a spiritual, or I like to feel good, and numbers, it's not, let's not jumble my head. However, that's holding you back. Okay, and that's reason number two. So reason number one is it's the difference between a hobby and a business. So if you really want to get things going and get your business going, especially if you're smart enough to have a coach or a mentor or a director of marketing or a chief operating officer or a board of directors or whatever you want to call it, any kind of accountability partner, then those people are all going to want to know the numbers so they can help you. How are they going to be able to help you or know if they're helping you if they don't know where you are now and where you want to go? So very often my clients, and these few that I just took on, I'm like, here's the deal on the first call. I need to get a snapshot of where you are. I need to know some things. You know things about your business that I don't know. So we'll get into all the strategies and the tactics and the dreams and the hopes and the goals. But right now, I just need to pull some information out of you and give it to me. And the simplest way to do that, I think, again, I'm not a big numbers guy, but I think that's why numbers were created, because it's a simple way to keep track of things, to keep score, to change feelings and ideas and concepts into something concrete that we can share. So I need to know things like, well, how many clients do you have now? And what's the average amount that you charge a client? How many clients did you have last year? How many bought this thing? How many bought that? How many leads do you get on a weekly basis? And it can even just be a ballpark figure. But, catch yourself if you're saying things, and I've been there. If you catch yourself like, well, or you say the magic words like, it depends. Of course it depends. I'm asking for an average. It depends, if I speak at an event, I get a lot, and then if I don't, I'm working on a project, then I don't get as many. Yes, but how many average in a month? How many average in a year? How many average, what? Give me an idea. Just got to know it. Numbers are the simplest way to communicate facts about a business. Okay, so especially if you're smart enough to have somebody helping you towards your success, you want to know your business. Okay, number two reason, and maybe even more important, I don't know, they're both very important. Number two is, believe it or not, as bent out of shape as you might get about numbers, and I got to know my numbers. Oh, don't stress me out with the numbers, and I always got to keep track, and ooh and ah. I'd much rather just live in a nice, calm dream world of things are either good or they're not so good, but I don't have to get all caught up in it. I'm here to tell you, it's the exact opposite. Knowing your numbers actually de-stresses you. It actually gives you more peace of mind. I've been there. I've been in both places. I've been in a business where I don't know my numbers. I've been in businesses where I do know the numbers. I've been in businesses I've helped thousands of clients over the years. I've helped people where we don't really know the numbers going on, and I've helped them where we really absolutely know the numbers, the analytics, the key performance indicators, KPIs, whatever you want to call it. You got to know some basic numbers about your business. And actually, when you do know the numbers, that actually leads to more confidence, more peace of mind, more enjoyment of the business. Because you don't have to think about that stuff. You don't have to worry about that stuff. You don't have to wonder, how am I doing compared to last month or last year or compared to my goals or where I want to be. You put your head on the pillow and you sleep well at night knowing, hey, I've got this many calls come in a day and this many convert into this, and I got this many prospects in my database and this many leads, and I got this many sales and this. Hey, that gives me peace of mind. Or if the numbers aren't good right now, it gives me peace of mind to know that if I do A, B, and C, then the numbers are going to rise and I can track them along the way. And every little bit of progress gives you more peace of mind and more confidence. So that might be the bigger reason of the two, to go from, numbers, geez, it stresses me out. Understand that when you know your numbers, the stress goes away. Things start to be systematized. You can even automate. Things start to be more predictable in your business, more systematic, more consistent. All those words lead to more confidence and more peace of mind and less stress. So that's the big reason to know your numbers. Those are the two big reasons I'm sharing today, to know your numbers, and I'm sure there are many more. Anyone else here, please share. If you have Ami, thank you. Say I'm looking good. That's fantastic. Thank you very much, because I obviously certainly don't try at all. So I really appreciate it. That's coming, by the way, from a beauty pageant winner. So when a beauty pageant winner tells you you're looking good, that just made my day. Although, look, see, if I was in line with this, if my business was being in beauty pageants, then I would have to ask, looking good, what kind of score? How good? Is it a 9 out of 10, an 8.2, a 6 from the Russian judge? Throw that one out. Like, I'd have to quantify everything. But looking good, thankfully, as you can probably tell, is not how I make my living. It's not my business. So I don't need to know any of the numbers about looking good, and I don't know what I rate on a scale of, afraid to ask what I rate on a scale of 0 to 10. Notice I didn't say 1 to 10. I had to throw in the 0 in there because I have a feeling that that's often how I'm going to rate in the looks department. But when it comes to business, man, I am always full of stress if I don't know the numbers, and certainly if I'm trying to help a client and I don't know their numbers because you're somehow not sharing them with me, like, then of course I'm full of stress. See, here's the deal, and I'll leave you with this. If I'm consulting with you, coaching with you, if I'm your outsourced chief marketing officer, whatever you want to call me, you're on the field to play, you're in the game, and I'm not in the stadium. Okay, it reminds me of one of my favorite movies, The Chariots of Fire. That's like at least 30-something years old now, but it won the best picture of the year. If you haven't watched it and you're a coach or you have a coach, go watch it because it's a great example of someone who's a really great, caring coach. But that coach, I remember, for whatever reason, was not in the stadium while his mentee, his student, his runner, was running in the Olympics for a gold medal. And he was like listening from back in wherever he was, in a dorm or whatever, in his apartment, hotel room, and he was listening to the roar of the crowd or whatever. But back then there was no TV. Maybe he was listening on the radio. There certainly was no Twitter or whatever. You could now instantly know everything. And so it would be nice to know, picture that if you owned a football team and your head coach was not allowed to be in the stadium, wouldn't you relay as many statistics as you could to him so he could give your feedback? Wouldn't you say, well, at the end of the half, we gained 422 yards, or we scored 6 runs, or we hit 8 out of 12 three-point shots, or whatever you could tell him, so we could give you some feedback. Oh, well, in that case, why don't you forget about this, work on that, let's do this, let's change to that. And that's how I am. I'm not inside your business. Please keep me updated. I always ask clients, prospects, anyone I talk to, anyone I give a free strategy session, which I do all the time, I ask, please update me. Keep me updated on the success. I love to know, because how can I coach you? How can I help you through situations if I don't know the basic facts in business? Like it or not, the basic facts we translate into numbers. So my suggestion is, instead of pushing back and hating the numbers and thinking it's full of stress and crap and things you don't want to know, embrace the numbers. They bring you peace. They bring you confidence. They de-stress the situation, and they allow people to help you out and to give you feedback and to give you course corrections and get you on the way from where you are to where you want to be. So now let me look at any comments, questions, suggestions, feedback. Greg Marshall has a question for me. Shoot. I will hang on while you type that out. And for anybody else, please understand, I do a Facebook Live video every day, and if you ever come on, I love it. You never have to say, can I ask a question? Type it all out. Saves everybody the time. So I will stay here for a little bit longer. I don't know how long it's taking you to type this out because I don't see it yet, but I'm done saying what I want to do, and maybe now I'm learning that in the future I ought to check for questions sort of in the middle, or maybe in the beginning there won't be any, but before I kind of sign off, because now I'm sitting here babbling and I'm waiting for this question. Here's what I'm going to do, Gregory, because I still haven't gotten the question from you. So I don't know if maybe it's a technology issue, or it's so long you got to type it all out, or you just went away, and I'm not going to make everybody sit here and wait, especially those watching on the replay are like, come on already, end this thing. So I'm going to end it, and I'm going to say, please post your question even after the video ends as a comment, and I will respond to it by typing out, or possibly I will make that the subject of tomorrow's or another one of my daily Facebook Live videos, because I do these every day, and I post them to my Rhino Daily podcast, my Rhino Daily blog, my YouTube at Steve Sipress, my tweet at Steve Sipress. They're here on Facebook. Put them all over the place, and I got half a dozen Facebook. I got dozens of Facebook pages, but I update it onto about half a dozen Facebook pages every day. So all kinds of ways you can stay in touch and watch these videos, and stick around. Gregory ever does get around to ask me the question, I will answer it either here or here, and also on a future daily Facebook Live video. So thanks for joining me, Ami, And Larry and Gregory and anybody else that was here live and anybody that's watching on the replay, thank you very much. And that does it for this Saturday daily Facebook Live video. I'll be back tomorrow with another daily Facebook Live video. I hope you will join me then. Thanks for joining me today. Let's press the button and say over and out.